Hi, bro. How's it going?
Dude, it's
How's
all
it going?
good. It's all great. How about you,
Perfect.
bro?
Good to hear. Good to hear. Uh, Blessed to be here with my co-founder, my partner in crime, Antonis, of course, of course. So yeah, what we will be discussing today is the brand customer insights action, and I'm the founder, Rikki, and this is the co-founder, Antonis. And we're just going to be speaking about why we got started today and speaking really about our core values, our plan moving forward, and our experience and reputation so far when it comes to marketing. So yeah, I want to let Antonis introduce himself a little bit more, and then we can have a little discussion about this. AG, I'm not sure why this keeps happening. That,
It still kicked me out. I didn't do anything. I was just
yeah,
speaking. So okay, let's carry on. Let's carry on and be resilient. So I'm Antonis, answering to your question. Yeah, I'm Antonis, and we've been through a lot together. Like we're here over the last couple of years, a lot of ups and downs. That's why we built this brand as well, learning through our mistakes. And that's why we're here, so excited to present to you what we've been doing, and most importantly why this is important for you as well, you watching.
yes, of course. Amazing. Antonis, literally, he's my partner. He helps me out with tips such as like innovation, setbacks, how to close clients. In terms of strategies, he helps me a lot as well with creating new ideas. He's he's really performing at optimal high level. This is why I chose to enter this brand and create it with him. So in terms of myself, I'm Ricky Newell. I have 2.5 years experience when it comes to the copywriting field, and I mainly specialize in curating copy and marketing strategies for clients within the lifestyle and wellness niche. We're going to get a little bit more into um, both of our experiences and with our clients a little bit further down the line. But first, I want to get into why did we start Customer Insights Action? So yes, Antonis, I'll hand that over to you.
Yeah, it's interesting because we were thinking, especially at the very first, in the beginning, we were inexperienced. We didn't have a lot of knowledge. We were going through wondering. Of course we were disciplined and resilient. We put in the work every day and we were learning so fast, but we could see like those those gaps in the market that later on became like big issues for certain companies. Then when we came in to those companies and fixed them in the real world, then an idea came to mind, like we could do that to other businesses as well. And now that we have experience and we know what works and what doesn't, we
Yes,
decided to take on more problems and solve them for good people, and that's what we're doing basically.
for sure. I would say a big element in why we actually started the brand and created the website is, I would say, more of a trust element to create trust within the leads and the prospects and potentially now current clients that we have. Because before, initially, I would say during the email outreach stage, we went through a lot of obstacles when we didn't have a brand and we were just freelancing. This can cause a lot of disconnection and mistrust when speaking to a prospect. So we just want to establish ourselves within this space and become really like a leading authority for sure. This is the aim and goal. That's what I want. That's definitely what we both want to establish, right?
Yeah, exactly. And those freelancing projects, because I've hired freelancers before, and I think you've done so as well, right? So it was not so personalized, it was not so trustworthy. I was
Professional.
personally feeling some kind of transactional relationship straight away. Like I
Yeah,
care about any. No, they didn't care about anything else, and I don't care what's your name. I don't care who you are. I just want to take your money, kind of thing. So that wasn't very nice, and
yeah,
that's probably one of the reasons we're doing this now,
for sure. I'd
right?
say professional and personal relationships with the client is absolutely key. You don't want the you don't want the project and the connection to be inauthentic. I would say this is when you're just not aligned with the work, with the person. This is not like the direction that you want to be heading towards. So I would say building a website, building a brand, and just being your authentic self really helps when it comes to building trust, connection, and authority with these clients. And you don't even look at them as a client really. You actually view them more as a partnership, collaboration, connection. Because that's how I personally like to view them. If you call them client, I would say they don't really like being called client a little bit too much. I've noticed. So it's better to be on a equal playing field with them.
Yeah. The thing is that once we understand, both parties can understand that it's not about customer, client, whatever you want to say, whatever term you want to use. It's about having a long-term relationship that can build, on a good foundation of trustworthiness, loyalty, and especially these two, right? They are expensive nowadays, if they still exist in some places.
For sure.
I'm sure it exists with us, and that's probably the reason, one of the reasons, again, we're doing this, because this is very powerful and very, very real as well.
Mm. How about the results element also? Loyalty is a big one, but results, for sure.
Yeah, I believe once you have a certain foundation, then the results are kind of inevitable. It's
Yeah.
like when you train every day, when you're going to the gym every day, you're
Yes.
gonna end up with a good body, like sooner
Yeah.
or later, right?
For
Of course,
sure.
it takes longer for people or less for others,
Yeah.
but that's the foundation, I would say: trustworthiness, loyalty, and having the
Consistency.
resilience and hard work and strategies to do what's necessary and what you're supposed to do, even if it's marketing or sales, whatever. Then sooner or later the results are gonna come. I'm
Of
very confident.
course. Consistency when it comes to targeting the right segments and niches. This is key for sure, bro. So in
Yes.
terms of scaling and revenue, I just wanted to discuss this.
Hmm.
Like, what is our long-term vision when it comes to customer insights action? Let's say the next 12 months, what's our vision and what are we envisioning? What's our plan to expand and grow this brand?
Yeah, it's
Where do you want?
interesting. I love that. I love discussing that. A lot of things. We have a lot of things on the table. What I can say is that with one word, scale. You know,
For sure. For
we
sure.
know what we do works.
Mm,
We have the strategies to attract more people, to get more people to trust us, so we can work together. And we have also tools that we can see if the other party is obviously trustworthy for us as well, from our end. And I'm sure we can find more, good, trustworthy people like us, so we can actually do what we know best. And I believe in 12 months the sky is just your vision, the
let's
the
yeah,
limit is
let's
just
talk
above
like
that.
I wanted to talk in terms of like let's talk numbers in terms of not revenue. Like let's talk target clients and let's talk like next
Hmm.
step of how we're going to get to this level. Let's say innovation with a website. Let's talk hiring a team. Let's talk how many like X number of clients we want to get to within the next 12 months within this kind of these kind of topics I wanted to explore.
We were having a discussion the other day that we are best. Well,
Right.
it's best for us to be working with the clients because we have the skill set and the experience,
Mm,
and more, well, the people that get hired from us are more like the external parts, the parts that are that need to be filled on a daily basis that you don't really have time to do. So
yeah.
hiring in terms of that, it would be basically having to replace certain simple tasks for us so we can focus on getting the results for our clients. And
Yes.
then once this gets done, of course, we can get people that we can teach so we can actually take a step back ourselves because now we have like a bigger team, don't you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, for sure. We have like obviously we have the current clients and we have connections we can leverage within those clients when it comes to people within the creative aspect, virtual assistants, people with web design expertise, all these kind of areas. We definitely have those people that
Yeah.
we've been blessed with this kind of connections and network that yeah we have these doors opening up for us. So that's what I would like us to explore for sure the next 12 months. In terms of target number of ex clients, I would actually like us to have another 3 to 5 clients within the next 12 months. Five, I would say I want us to get another 5 clients within the next 12 months. With the pace that we are currently going at, I believe is definitely realistic because things
Yeah.
are happening very, very fast speed. Let's
So a good dozen in total, yeah?
yes. Let's make it for sure, for sure. 10 to
I
12,
love
10
that.
to 12 target.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Once we build this and we have, we hire and we get the good people to work with us, then I believe it could be more than that as well. I'm very confident and sure that that this is just still the beginning, We've
Yeah,
been through like a so long cycle of trial and
so,
error and finding what works, what doesn't. That now even a dozen of clients that you were talking about, it seems like still the beginning, right?
for sure, for sure. It seems realistic. Before it seemed out of reach, but now we know what formulas, what strategies, where to look for the clients, who to look for. Everything is aligning, and we know the formula now. How to really like penetrate this and get use this to our advantage to to connect with these clients and get them to work on board with us for sure. So I wanted to
Exactly.
talk a little bit before we talk about like leveraging clients, leveraging connections and our current clients. I wanted to talk a bit more of like our mindset and values with what's customer insights actions mindset and values, which is obviously ours because we represent the brand. So I wanted to just talk about a little bit what's your mindset and value that you represent can you bring towards customer insights action?
I think we have kind of a similar mindset here. That's why we ended up doing it together.
Let's do it,
It's
bro.
like
Oh,
it's like the best defense is attack. The best defense is to
yes,
attack, and we attack everything all of the time. You know, with speed and with in a relentless spirit. That's very
entity.
important. And yeah, no matter what happens, because a lot of things are gonna get, a lot of things are gonna go south, and even then, you still gotta, attack, attack, attack
Mm,
quickly, efficiently, not don't stop. And I think that's basically our mindset and where we're coming from.
yes.
We still gotta,
Mm,
figure it out how we can share this with other people, especially the ones we're gonna soon hire, because of course we are like this. We're entrepreneurs, we are predators in that
yeah.
sense of the business, but we still gotta have the other
We
end,
need,
people who are just gonna be here to to be the employees. So employees need a completely different mindset from that of the entrepreneurial, if you want, and we still got a little bit work to do there, I think.
yeah, we need them to be, work efficiently behind the scenes. But we do want them to align still with our mindset. Not everybody can have
Mhm.
the same characteristics, that's for sure. But we want
Yeah,
efficiency, and we want customer insights action people to know how it makes them feel. So we want people who are authentic and have some kind of like character. So people go away and they
yes,
know like what their experience was working with us, the results we got for them. They will we will be embedded in their minds, and
Mm.
this will just be to our advantage when it comes to testimonies, from future clients and stuff. Um, like how we've made
Yeah,
them feel, what we did for them. This is key and crucial when it comes to representing customer insights action for sure. We don't want people to just come in with an employee mindset, like be robotic, have fear of like how to
yeah,
express themselves. We want people to express themselves authentically, of course. Obviously, have
yeah,
key values, respect, manners
yeah.
for us and for our clients. But we want them to
Hmm.
express themselves. We don't want them to be suppressed. And yeah, we want them to enjoy what they're actually doing and working with us. We want the same enthusiasm and energy for our client projects as we bring. This is what we bring. This is why we do this, because we have the energy and the
Exactly.
enthusiasm to win for them and to win for us. This is what we want, I would say. Do you agree, right?
Of course, bro. Of course. And every person is, especially as you said, the employees gotta still have, align with our purpose.
Mm,
Not be robotic, because now we have AI on top of that. We can, if someone is robotic, AI is robotic,
yes.
can get simply replaced. You need to find the sweet spot, And I
Mm,
believe that, from my, past experiences when I used to be just an employee for all kinds of work. I as long as I had this entrepreneurial mindset that kept me pursuing, business and all that stuff. But
yeah,
once you make an employee feel secure that you actually care and
yeah,
you're not gonna, fuck them over just because your KPIs don't work,
yeah,
and actually take care of them and have integrity, like what you say,
yeah.
it's done. You do what you say you're gonna do. As long as you have these, then employees, I believe, they're gonna be happy as hell.
Yeah, these are the core values for sure. You have to find some you have to find middle ground, some ground as well with the clients, like with the connections and people we work with before you even start working with them. You want to get to know them as a character, as a human being. What are their interests? Yeah, just so you can build connection and find out more about them, which they can implement into their brand, because that's what people care about. People aren't always interested in a product or service; they're actually interested more in the person themselves. So this is what you should
Yeah,
we look to explore when we building and leveraging these connections. I would say
Yeah, very personable.
for sure,
Exactly.
sure. Let's talk. I would say, yeah, we may as well shift into the leveraging connections and current clients section.
Hmm.
Oh, how many? Let's talk current clients and our journey with customer insights action. So, how has the journey begun since we started in May 2025? So it's only been a couple of months since we launched the website and created customer insights action. Let's talk a little bit about our short but fast, like skyrocketed journey since then. So how many clients we have got to since then. So first, let's start off with you, Antonis, and then I'll speak as well.
Hmm. Yeah. So, it's interesting. You said fast, fast to the top, but
Yeah,
we used to be alone. We used to be by ourselves, like it's kind of a self-employed work, if you want. And there was a very dry period back then, if we want to
yes,
be honest, from all kinds of perspective, because there is not only ups,
it
as
was really quiet.
everybody shows on social media. We want to be fair and show both, so you can have a complete perspective on things. There was a
Mhm.
very dry period at the beginning. We were working alone, self-employed work, and once we started getting that experience and we started actually producing results to certain people, then we decided that, what, this actually goes well. There is no other way than just to create a business out of this. And then
Yeah,
once we did that, and then it looked that it scaled fast because we had the website, and all of a sudden we have like 7 clients, 6, 7 clients, and you think like it's an overnight success, but it isn't.
yeah,
It
we can't.
was through a lot of dry spells, and then all of a sudden, over the last few months, not all of a sudden, that everything fell in place.
Yeah. I would say this was down to strategic like outreach. We was figuring out what works. The website really helped on email outreach. It started to increase the response rate. By I would say we were starting to get like one in four responses when it came to the email outreach, which was an improvement. But what really transformed the strategic outreach was definitely identifying what do I have. So I had two clients at this point. Me personally, I had Janelle Gordon, who is a tantra and intimacy coach from California. She's well established within her field, and I have Evolve Doha, who are a holistic and wellness brand as well from Qatar,
Yeah.
Doha, and I had these mutual connections. So I thought, how do I use these to my advantage? So I started to look at who I'm targeting. I want to target mainly where has this gone well for me. So the lifestyle and wellness niche really has been working in my favor. So I thought to start leveraging this by looking at Janelle's like mutual connections, and I started to connect with them on initially Instagram DM, and then we take this over to WhatsApp. And the response rate on WhatsApp, I have to say, is absolutely phenomenal because it's encrypted as well. I would say I'm getting to like 80-85% response rate from prospects, and they then convert into hot leads, which then convert to this. They convert into a face to face, like a meeting. And then initially, once we really get them on the call, it's almost with no arrogance, it's almost a done deal once we get them on the call because we've built the report. I've showed them my website. I've showed them that I've worked with Janelle Gordon, what I've done for Janelle Gordon, her testimony. Um, and yeah, they work within a similar field. So I initially closed a client here from the UK. They're a startup brand called Flourish Well. They're an ADHD and neurodivergent brand. So this is a project I really believe in. I created them at 18-month strategy. She's a mutual because she lives like she's kind of a local. She was a local prospect, so this is how I gained and built rapport with her. And yeah, we just laid out the 18-month strategy of growth, how we're gonna build and grow, flourish well. which is kind of like collaborations, I would say, and collecting more emails through those collaborations. We've just landed a huge one with someone called ADHD Babes, who is based in London. We've closed a collaboration with my client three and her, and they're going to be doing a face-to-face meeting together, which is really going to elevate and grow, flourish well to the next level. So I'm really proud and happy that I helped support and do that for my client three, which is just within the matter of like 5 weeks. And for sure, we're going to close these tier one and tier two clients for her upcoming Thailand retreat in 2026 for ADHD and neurodivergent people, which is going to be amazing.
I love that.
Yep. And I then moving on to the client, the next client, client four. She's called Angela Ramel. She is from Switzerland, and she's a mutual connection of Janelle, like I mentioned, my first client. So I initially reached out to her on WhatsApp because I just believed everything aligned in terms of her target audience, her high net worth individuals. She has a good sized audience. In the real world, she has tons of experience, 3 decades experience. But she has good connections. She just really needs to grow within this online space as she just doesn't have as much experience and personal know-how. So I'm here to obviously support her. And we have like an 18-month, 2 year outline of the next steps as well, which I'm really, really excited that I'm working on right now. We're building her a community on Go High Level, so a tantric enlightenment community called Lux Lounge for men, women, and couples, and that community is really going to skyrocket Angela's clientele to the next level in terms of booking her clarity one-on-one clarity calls and VIP retreats, which can range from anything to 4 figures all the way up to 6 figures. This is really, really high caliber client project that I'm working on, which I'm really, really excited to keep working on. And a powerful testimonial is awaiting from Angela, which is only going to help us customer insights action as well. From both clients I've mentioned, actually, both of these testimonies are going to be on their way, which is just going to testify what me and Antonis have been speaking about, and take customer insights action to that next level of credibility on an authority within the global space of marketing and copywriting. We're going to take this to the next level through this.
Exactly.
Yep. And also recently, towards the back end of June, I also closed another recent client. She is from Dubai within the yoga and wellness space. She is also a close friend of our client one, Janelle Gordon. So she's called Dr. Smita, and she offers yoga and wellness retreats, 1 day energy resets. And really what we're looking to do with her is build and transform her website, Oracle Wellness, all over again, and create a similar pathway as with my client four. So start to bit, but she has a little bit more leads already. So we're gonna within Go High Level, which is already integrated, start using that to our advantage in terms of WhatsApp and SMS campaigns, email campaigns, workflow, um, integrating quizzes such as weight loss, energy chakra, stress index, sleep, all this like nervous system and balance. And we're really just going to grow and connect with our audience way more with like transforming the language when the website and integrating these things into Go High Level is just going to really bring back the interaction that has been lacking at the moment. She's going through a bit of a tough time. So I came here and made a promise that I'm going to support her and laid out the 2 year strategy of everything we're going to do, all the things I've just mentioned, and that's how we're going to take her brand back to where it belongs, to the next level. Because Her target audience is also of a high caliber, so government authorities in the UAE. So we really need to be delicate when it comes to language. When it comes to language on the website, within the Go High Level platform, within the quizzes. So yeah, we really have closed some big clients within the last 2 months. It's been a transformative experience and journey. I just have to pinch myself and blink sometimes because things were really tough, as Antonis mentioned. Like, we were going through dry spells, which no one speaks about, right, in these spaces, and you can have sleepless like nights, just grinding away, like sacrificing your sleep, and you're thinking, why is this not working? Why is this not working? But when you look at what you have and use it to your advantage, and use these strategic moves, this is when things elevate to the next level, right?
Exactly. Yes.
So yeah, we want to talk a bit about as well, like Antonis's journey with the clients with customer insights action as well. So let's talk about your journey as well when it comes to current clients and the future as well.
Yeah. So my future is kind of unsure in terms of the clients I have because I really want to focus on this movement that we have here. So during the past 3 4 years or so, I've been in the nutrition and fitness niche,
Mm,
working with clients who are related with Herbalife nutrition. That could be fitness programs, weight loss programs, muscle gain, and all that stuff, either with coaching or just with the products. That was one. Another one was taking care of the relations between influencers and businesses. So I was in a business from Canada. I'm not sure if that exists anymore. It's been a long time. But what I was basically doing was taking care of the relationships and making sure that all the operations that have been drawn previously have been met as well.
mm,
So kind of operations still working in the shadows, in the backstage, if you like,
yeah,
which is something that I'm great at personally. After that, let me see. I had some one-time project. I had quite a lot of one-time projects for email marketing specifically.
nice.
That was basically for online only businesses that didn't have a physical presence in the real world.
Yeah,
And after that, then of course, moving towards this movement that we have now with
yeah.
the CIA.
What was the name of the Canadian brand, if you don't mind the sharing, and what did you learn from working with them in terms of the email marketing? What would you say you learned?
Yeah, I think it was a weird name. I think a guy from where was it? Was it Thailand? I'm not sure. A guy from Thailand had his name named after the brand, something like
Yeah,
that. So I'm not sure what's the brand name,
that's
but
fair.
it was yeah, it was pretty much handling the operations and making sure all goals have been met, and it was most of the time. I mean, there's obviously exceptions, but exceptions don't disprove the rule. I love
Yeah,
that.
for sure. That's certainly what counts when it comes to our journeys, for sure.
Yeah.
Exceptions don't count, for sure, for sure. So just to really like finalize things, like moving forward, what um where do we want to take this in terms of where do you see customer insights action within the next 3 to 5 years, and how are we looking to use our experience and these connections we've mentioned within our clients and people within their companies? How are we looking to really take that to the next level? I have something that personally I have
Hmm.
some knowledge where we can use this to our advantage and take it to the next level, for sure. And I would say this thing is AI integration.
Mhm.
How do you believe we can use AI integration and take this to the next level?
Okay, with AI in particular, there are a lot of things, a lot of tasks we can automate if you
Mm,
want. That is not really good for people to do. We want people in more important, more personable jobs, more
yes,
personable roles, so they can, they can be their best by being human being, right? And the machine for machine work. That's 100%. What we are excited as well, because there are a lot of tools, a lot of new tools coming up every day. Basically keeping my eyes on them every now and then, seeing what we can use and what we can't. And it's really interesting actually. They can really make a difference, especially compared to those businesses that don't use any of those at all,
mm,
But if I had to think on and to answer to your previous question, that in the future, in 5 years down the line, I would say we could definitely make sure that every single business that works with us is successful. When you start a new business and you have connections, and let's
yes,
say it's a family business, I don't I haven't even, well, all family businesses that I've seen or I came across or worked in the past, they've all been successful. And there are very few exceptions where the owners are complete dickheads about the business, that it
yeah,
actually fails. But if they're normal people and have their family business, is all good. It works all of the time. And I was thinking, why does it work all of the time? Because in businesses, if you look at the stats worldwide, there is like a 1-2%, might say a lot, 1-2% success rate with businesses. And then you look at family businesses and you're like, what's going on here? Everybody's successful, it seems, at least it seems, right?
yeah,
So when in 3 to 5 years down the road for us, it would look like this: create a movement, create a community and a clientele that can feed off each other, that
yes,
can get people in a good way, like not just not a transactional kind of mindset, just having a hub, if you want, with so many people who are starting so many businesses, that it's going to be successful because we have the connections, we have the strategies, we have the people, so it can only work.
for
We have the
sure.
mindset.
Have
So
the
in the
tools,
long run, in
we have
so
the
many
tool,
years, yeah,
tools and
go on.
knowledge, tools and knowledge, which is a big one as well. We have this,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
Tools and knowledge run the world.
for sure, bro, for sure. And we also have a really, really great asset, which is you'll see her on a future stream with me myself with customer insights action. She works with, who, as I mentioned, our client too, Evolve Doha. She's the professor of AI at the University of Doha, and she's a really, really great asset. And we will be recording in the future. A lot more to come, and she will share her knowledge when it comes to AI tools, AI integration, and her projects with us, Customer Insights Action, that we've worked on and collaborated with, which have been exciting and really amazing. And I've literally expanded my knowledge so much.
Yeah.
Expanded my knowledge so much when it comes to I don't know what happened there, technical difficulty. When it comes to AI integration, yes, it's really expanded my knowledge to the next level. And as our audience will see, she will be on a future stream, so keep your eye out for that, guys. Amani, she's a really great asset when it comes to this AI knowledge integration. We could not wish for a literal better person and asset to have with customer insight action, which is really going to help me and Antonis and the brand. to the next level, and tools that we're using with our current clients as well, such as like Go High Level, Calamation, and some that we don't want to reveal just yet. You know, you can't. Not every
Of
chef,
course.
not every chef can share their secret recipe. You know,
Yeah,
but
I
there's
mean
many many tools.
along those lines. Yeah.
Yeah, there's many many tools that can develop us and take us to the next level. That's for sure. That's for sure. But yes, it's been a great discussion, intro discussion with you, brother. So yeah, any final words that you have to say to focus for this stream, for our first stream? What do you have to say?
Thank you. I think what we're doing
Yeah,
is very nice. I'm sure it's gonna help the world, the business world, and our clientele, future clientele, future partners, future collaborators, and just some. I'm gonna take a few seconds to just for gratitude. You know, like I'm grateful for you being here, for what we're doing,
yes,
and let's smash it, bro.
yeah. As we say, one of our
Let's
slogans.
do it.
Let's do it. That's for sure. That's for sure. I also wanted to share the same. Like our main like foundations and pillars are like our brotherhood, connection together, our faith, fitness. This is how we really bonded and collided and really took this to the next level. Like we've known each other now for like 18 months, but feels like because we got to know each other, our habits, lifestyle, it feels like 18 years, and we really formed a brotherhood. And that's why customer insights action, people are going to feel that energy, feel that connection with me and Antonis, and it's going to it's going to spread. It's going to spread towards them, and that's why we're just going to attract even more for sure. That's.
Mhm.
I feel authenticity and energy between me and Antonis. The people are really going to feel that, and that's why this is something that you cannot buy. So I'm really excited for the next steps moving forward, and this has been an absolute pleasure, brother.
Bro. Anytime.
Thank you for that, and take care, and see you on the other side, bro.